Do we think like Monroe might have left AEW a little too soon? All the recent stuff on NXT, the weird thing with her and Thea Hale, just recently, very botchy match with Jada Parker, and I love Jada Parker, like for sure, but she's still not up to par in the ring. She's not polished at all, if we're being honest. She was at a place in AEW where, I mean, she was just on fire. Do y'all think that she left AEW a little too soon?
Full transparency, no. Because I don't think she left too soon on the sole fact that she is a WWE fan. If she was in it for the money, you know, she would have objectively made a poor business decision, but she left and arguably did everything that a woman can do in AEW, which was at that point in time become world champion. She was on the top of that card and she used that to leverage herself, jumping to the company that she really wanted to be. You know, if you go through the things she's posted, if you follow the things that she's posted, she's always wanted to be there. So these are just hiccups along coming along NXT. Like we've established, it has served talents to get acclimated to the WWE company and WWE brands by going through the feeder system or developmental that is NXT. And it's just fresh. Like it's cool to see competition jump from company to company. She starts conversation, she got so much buzz and had so many and she was a hot topic, when she was jumping. And now she's putting her work in NXT. So it's good. It's a bit like I do think she's booked pretty dicey. There's a lot of pros and cons. But for the most part, I think she is fine.
Also, too, is she ready for the main roster? Should she still be in NXT right now?
No, she should definitely stay in NXT. Like I definitely agree with Dev. Like I feel like the booking with her, it could be like dicey in a way. But Blake Monroe, she's been good. Like she hasn't been oversaturated or overwhelmed, I feel like within the company. But she's not being like too underutilized either. Like she was just North American champ like not too long ago. So she's been at a good pace. She's been putting up her numbers in NXT. Now she's like main roster bound now, like ready to make that jump. Nah, not at all. I feel like her transitioning from all elite to NXT, it hasn't put like anything down from like Blake Monroe. Like I feel like she's just now like once again like she's still new, she's still learning a lot. So things can happen in the ring. But I feel like it doesn't take away from the overall like ring IQ of Blake Monroe.
And to just slightly counter on that, I think NXT was a good place for her to start, but I do think she's main roster ready. I think she was main roster ready when she became AEW champion. If you look at what she was doing there, she can hang in the ring. Her promos were always like okay. So I guess that is one thing is that she wasn't the most strongest of promos, but nah, she was main roster ready. Like she could have lit the division on fire with her mannerisms. She's physically charismatic. She really gets it when the bell rings and she understands her character really well. I think she could have made an immediate impact on SmackDown when she first arrived.
Is her style? Is her style like? Y'all think her style is still the same from AEW? Like in ring work wise, like she's still performing to that level. The only person I thought that she was clicking with the best was Jordan Grace. I felt like her and Jordan Grace had like she brought out the best out of like Monroe so far.
I think her style has changed and she isn't quite wrestling on the level that she was prior to her AEW title run. because there just isn't any workers that are close to the ones she worked with. Just out of work rate, not nothing against the NXT talents, but they just don't work in that way, not as physical and not as fast, except for Jordan Grace. And that's probably why that's been the only opponent that's really been notable. So yeah, I think she just hasn't had the right partners to match what her AEW catalog is.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the thing with Blake Monroe. Like she has to get better with adapting with the talent that's in NXT and get better with adjusting with like the talent. Because like Dev said, like the vast majority of the talent that's at All Elite is completely different from NXT. Like once again, Blake Monroe, that's a New Japan shorty at the end of the day, and everybody that's from NXT, they like fresh homegrown from the performance center. They don't really get the chance to travel to indies or go to like different companies. They got their own little cookie cutter way of doing wrestling and showcasing wrestling on TV. As to where All Elite, women over there, they wrestle from everywhere.
Mariah has her Japanese background. Meanwhile, all her opponents have soccer and lacrosse backgrounds, and rugby. So yeah, she's in a whole different he's in a whole different atmosphere, which is probably another reason why it may have served her more to be on the main roster because she's gonna she's literally having to slow herself down. So I think honestly, the further this is discussed out loud, it would have probably benefited her more to be around, to be inserted in the main roster division.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because a lot of these girls are, she has way more experience than a lot of these girls. They're talented for sure, but she's just more polished, and it looks crazy when she's in there with someone like Jada Parker, who's, she's not on that level yet.